One life with the fellas.
One life with the fellas.
Ooh, one life with the fellas is about to come on, y'all.
Maybe it's me, maybe it's that, no. Maybe it did, maybe it white, maybe it black, no. Maybe it me, I'm from the mud, I'm from the mud. I got it all from the grid, taking the rig, taking the rig, taking the rig. Maybe it's me, maybe it that, no. Maybe it did, maybe it white, maybe it black, no. Maybe it me, I'm from the mud, I'm from the mud. I got it all from the grid, taking the rig, taking the rig, taking the rig.
One life with the fellas.
Hey, Nico, we're
What's
here.
up?
Pay attention. Pay attention.
I'm paying attention. I'm here.
Yo, Happy New Year, fellas.
Happy New Year, man.
Like I ain't said that already before.
Hey, it's like February.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, my bad. All right. Bonner, what's good, bro? You good?
I'm good, man. You know how it is.
Mr. Evans?
Yeah, man. What's up? What's up?
Shelf?
Chilling, man. What's going on?
Hey, yo, what's up with the name, Nico? Shelf?
I'm just Nico today, man.
Oh, man.
That happens sometimes.
Nah, I'm
Get your license revoked, man.
Right. It ain't gonna help
Nah,
you
man,
stay out of
I'm,
Facebook jail, man.
I'm trying to stay out, man. They be calling me.
Nah.
Nah, man. I'm sitting here preparing. That's what I was doing. While I was looking down. I was sitting here preparing the menu for this birthday dinner I gotta do this weekend.
Oh,
So
okay.
I was looking at that, and then we came on. So
Yeah, they can wait.
Well, I bet. No. You go ahead and get your coin.
I'm trying. I'm trying.
But no, man. We just we back, man. Season 1. Put that thing in the bag at the end of 2021. So we back here in 2022, New Year. We're a little off on the days that we normally show and everything, but life has picked up everybody on this thing, man. Demeric being dad of the year with lacrosse games and everything, and Nico with chefing, and Murray with all his, Murray got about 12 jobs over there. Y'all ain't gonna tell nobody about, but it's all good though, man. And me kind of being in the thick of basketball season, which I don't want to talk about right now. So, but unless we're gonna talk about the NBA or anything, then I'll talk about that. But yeah, man. So we glad that we was able to find some time, man, in everybody's schedule and get this thing kicked back off. Again, we want to thank everybody that has supported the show. Our first season started back on Boney's birthday back in July, and hey, it kept going, man. So we were very appreciative of it. Just still being engaged on the Facebook page with the posts and things that we make here and there and whatnot. So we just thank y'all, man, for all that y'all have done and supported for us and everything we done for the first season. And we back, and we want to make sure this second season be just as good as the first, man. So, fellas, did y'all have anything to say to anybody, man? Everybody that's been watching or watching right now?
Nah, man, you pretty much covered it. We wouldn't be here if it weren't for them. So, greatly appreciate it. Keep watching. Hopefully we can inspire you to be better, better than us, better than the you right now, just keep striving to do better,
Murray, what you got? I know you got something, man. You'll never say nothing, man.
Tell us how you really feel.
Put you on the spot.
Just glad to be back, man. I always been an outsider to this group, but I'm just glad these fellas just invited me back, man. Because I'm not from that Opelika kind of like Auburn area, so
hey,
I just want.
how you the outsider? We're supposed to be doing dinner without T-Mark for his birthday.
I know. That's why I brought it up. But
hey, you know what? Hold on, man. Before we even get go ahead, Nico. I'll come back to that, man. That's crazy.
Just glad to be back, man, and just thankful for everybody out there who support us on a weekly basis or bi-weekly basis, I would say.
Hey, man. See, I know where you're going with this. Hey, to the viewers, thank you for watching. But I got something to get off my chest. Sir, Yes, Mr. Evans.
Oh, okay.
How you gonna tell me I ain't invited, man? Timo ain't invited, and I ain't invited. So you and
Well,
Moses doing dinner.
All right,
Originally-
hold on. Before you answer, let's get some background to this. So, for those of y'all that don't know, my birthday was on January 14th. All right,
He about 49, but go ahead.
I am not 40. Okay, so, so these guys, Murray and Evans, they hit me up and was like, "Hey man, let's get together for your birthday. You know that big, just go grab something to eat, man. Just kick it." So we going through calendars and schedules and everything. So they like, Mr. Busy, he ain't never available. So all right, Bonnet, we'll just go out to eat on his behalf. So they plan the birthday
Take a shot
dinner.
for you.
They take birthday shots, all for a celebration for me in my absence. So
That's all right.
My bad.
Hey, it's all love.
that's the type of homeboys we hang with. So that happened. So it just so happened that we did have a free weekend collectively, and then Nico just somehow was able to kind of have a weekend where he has a business trip, I guess you can say, down this way. So he was like, he hit me up. He's like, "Hey man, when y'all supposed to do it?" I told him blah blah blah. He like, "Hey, I may be in town, man. Let the fellas know," and all that jazz. His own first cousin that knew him before me and Boney came in the picture told that man, told me, "Ain't nobody invite that dude. What he coming for?"
Hey, now for one, right? For one, you already got to watch where you go. Cause he can't be around no peanuts. The first place I named, oh well, they got peanuts on it there. I can't be around peanuts. And then you can't go to a sushi spot and then like that because he want to talk bad about the chef. We went there before, right?
Yeah, that's true.
He talking down on the chef.
That's true.
And y'all
He
can't
did
cook
do
that. Can I roll my own sushi?
Yeah,
It ain't my fault, that
I
man.
got time for that, man.
That man had bad technique. My bad. Had
He
bad
did do
technique.
got time for that, man.
he did do that.
That why we can't just go somewhere else though. We gotta go somewhere with peanuts. I think you got my social when you got some life insurance on.
I try to find somewhere else.
Well, let me get a policy out. I got a few more days before I can get a policy put in place. And then we go to a peanut place, then let me put that in motion. Then we can go from there.
Just bring your EpiPen, cuz. Just bring your EpiPen. You ready?
I got
That man don't use no EpiPen. He risk it all, man.
live life on the edge, man.
See that man
one
eat
life for a
Snicker
reason,
bar,
right?
That man eat a Snicker bar. He bites the chocolate all around and leave the peanut there. That freaked my mind out when I saw that. I felt different.
Oh, you do that?
Yes.
I don't do it no more, man. I can't even be around that close to peanuts no more,
Man,
man.
I'll never forget
That
that, John,
work.
man. We was like in junior high. That cat, we going to the store, doing what we do and everything. He get a Snicker bar. I said, "Bro, what are you doing?" "Oh, I'm allergic to peanuts." "Well, why are you eating like that then, dog? Don't give that to me. Don't disrespect chocolate like that. Don't do that."
Hey, man. Sometimes you just gotta have Snicker bar, man.
Man, whatever, man. Yeah, so that's the type of energy we got, man. We got first cousins turning on each other. We got people planning birthday shindigs for the person not to be there. That's how we bring it in 2022. I don't know about y'all. You know what I'm saying? So, nevertheless, though, man, we want to kind of go to dive into this thing, man. We want to talk about a few things. I think, man, let's dive into something I think that's on the radar a lot. I would say probably towards the latter part of 2021, coming into 2022, and we're gonna hit from the sports standpoint of Mr. Antonio Brown, Mr. AB himself. So for those that don't know, Antonio Brown is a NFL wide receiver, probably one of the best in the game. Truth be told,
Hey,
he'll
you
probably down.
going too far.
Going too far. What?
Too far.
Hey, man.
Okay, before I even get into state your case, why?
Hey, no. How about the Bucs just got eliminated? That's all we can say. And they had Antonio. Probably would still be in this thing.
I mean, Tom Brady still threw 3 picks, so it wouldn't happen. However, I give you 5 better than Antonio Brown anytime.
I said top 10 in the game before he retires. I ain't say top 5, brother. I said he gonna be.
I don't even see
I didn't
10.
even say 10. I said one of the best in the game.
He's decent.
He's talented, man.
He's talented. He's a talented receiver.
We'll go with the general consensus. He's a talented wide receiver. All right.
Yeah.
And y'all know this man has been in a lot of controversy, man, like probably for the last 2-3 seasons. Which clouds that talent that we're talking about. So here recently, he if y'all saw he refused to go into the game and took his uniform off, shoulder pads, chunked the mug at the bench, and ran off the field during the game, chunking up the deuces. So so from there, all controversy came into play. The media, of course, did their job. You know, they put the whole mental health thing on him. You know, I think they put CTE into perspective, causing him to, you know, with the head trauma playing football and all this stuff, causing him to lash out the way that he did. What else did they put on this man in regards to that whole situation? Did that really about cover it all?
It pretty much mental illness.
You know, they labeled him as a bad teammate. You know, he, you know, not going to sit there. What kind of a teammate that refuses to go into the game, takes their jersey off? And if he was hurt as he claimed to be hurt, how was he able to jog off the field? You know, and you telling your coach, I ain't going in because I'm hurt with my ankle injury and everything, but you jogging off the field. So like it was so much, man, that floated around with this thing. Did any of y'all get a chance to see I Am Athlete podcast earlier today? You did, Nico?
The episode with Antonio Brown with him and what's buddy name with the locks?
Brandon Marshall.
Yeah, I saw it.
Give us some insight about it, man, because I didn't get a chance to check it out today. I just been catching the tidbits.
From what I saw, Antonio Brown was pretty much just explaining his side of it and saying, like, there's no mental illness. There's none of what the media was saying. Bruce Arians just tried to little boy him, so he stood up for himself. And he said he just wasn't gonna keep taking the way they talked to him and then go in the game while he's hurt. And then he was showing the receipts that he had that Bruce Arians know he was hurt. So, and then Brandon Marshall was saying sometimes you just got to chalk that up and then we'll handle it in the locker room. But at that point, like, you ain't think about handling it in the locker room. Like, somebody talking to you like that, telling you to go in, they telling you to get off the field. Okay, cool. I'm going to get off the field. I'm going to leave your field right now.
Did he touch about the incentives that he was supposedly supposed to get?
He said the money wasn't a problem for him.
Okay.
Which most of the money probably isn't the problem. But I just still feel like it was kind of childish, you know what I'm saying, to do that. Like, bruh, I played football, I wrestled, I ran track. Most coaches taught you like you're replaceable, unless you're not.
Facts.
But most of us are replaceable.
Facts.
So this ain't nothing that he hasn't seen or heard in the past 20, 30 years. If you ask me, I've heard coaches say that to me, you know, plenty of times in high school. So I can only imagine if this dude is getting paid to actually be here, I can only imagine what the stuff is said to them. And they are dopes, you know, so, and these guys play hurt all the time. So I agree with him on not playing hurt because at the end of the day, it's his body. It's what he going to have to deal with after his career is over with, or it could be, you know, he could possibly do something to end his career right there. But I think the way he handled it wrong. You know, sometimes I think we need to call a spade, you know, from jump when everybody, CTE and da-da-da. Nah, bro. Antonio Brown, everywhere he has been, has acted the same way. He may not have took his jersey off at these other places and walked off the field, but he has been a problem at every place he has been. So
I don't think he's been a problem everywhere.
How did he? What? Huh?
Where was he not a problem?
He was not the problem in Pittsburgh.
He was a problem in Pittsburgh.
He was a problem. You better go look up some articles.
He's just not hearing about it now. Like,
nah.
No, I heard about it then.
I heard about it, but from my perspective, that's not the problem. Like, you got this mediocre quarterback who's a rapist in the first place should
Stop,
never
man.
been
You
on the
touched my
field.
milk. Don't.
He should have never been on the field, and then
Yeah, but
you gonna talk to this man like he your child?
my thing is when you at the end of the day, they pay him to do a job, right? If you're not being discriminated on, you're not being harassed, or you're not being, treated unfairly, what's the problem? You know what I mean?
But he
You
felt
get paid
like
a
Big
lot-
Ben was
you get
treating him
paid a lot
unfairly
more
though.
money than a lot of people who get up and go to work every day. You know what I mean?
Right?
But if your organization or your employer expect you to act a certain way or behave a certain way, then I think you should adhere to that, right? It's certain policies and procedures you have with anywhere, right? So yeah, he's a problem. But when you look at the Pittsburgh situation, that organization is a tight, run, closed organization where a lot of stuff that goes on, you're not ever gonna hear about.
Right.
It's just that when he's been at these other places, they're not run and structured as the Pittsburgh situation. So they gonna talk to the media. Just don't cite me as a source, but this is what's going on in the locker room. Don't cite me as a source, but this is what's been happening, right? So a lot of stuff just been coming out, is being said. So he just kind of pushed back, but it's a lot of stuff off the field stuff that he's been in the media about that has nothing to do with football, right? So what if he hired you as a chef and refused to pay you? You know what I mean? Like the situation with his chef, and people taking them to court for unpaid balances and bills and stuff like that. Like
Hey,
he just
man.
refusing to pay people just cause.
Hey, man, hold on. What are you doing?
That was part of the thing, the business call for.
Oh, okay.
girl.
All right. My bad. Because I'm like,
I wouldn't answer the phone on the podcast if it wasn't about the money, man.
I'm like, this how we breaking in 2022? Yeah, sure. Let me go ahead.
That
Go
was-
ahead.
Yeah, man, I get it, man.
Alright.
I get what you're saying, but it goes back to the merit point. Man, he's just showing a history of behavior. You know what I mean? And who's the fault? And T-Mar mentioned, before his career is over, his career might likely just be over now. Like who may want to pick him up or deal with that, right? Every year you have new and available talent that's coming, prospect trying to come in and get into the NFL. And why would they deal with that when they could potentially have an up-and-coming star?
Man, as long as Jerry Jones is alive, Antonio Brown has a spot to play.
Look, hey.
Hey, don't say
We're
how
not going to mention that name, Jerry Jones, in any capacity on this podcast. If y'all
How about them Cowboys?
I won't be on the show. I'm finna leave right now,
You
immediately.
about to get your AB on, man?
Yeah. I'm finna have that moment. I don't want to have nothing about that. Now we're finna just switch gears. I'm finna get on my soapbox about that joke. But anyway, man.
But I like that question right there, though. You see the question?
Yeah, it says with any job, respect goes both ways. And how much are you saying your level of respect should be priced?
That's up to you.
That's
You know what I
I
mean?
was about to say that's an
That's up to
individual
you.
thing.
And, respect goes both ways, but you have to look at, like what Demir said, you have to look at the culture of coaching, right? Sometimes you might feel you being disrespected, but a coach may feel like, well, I'm really not disrespecting you. I'm trying to motivate you. You know what I mean? So you just have to look at the culture of coaching. You have to look at certain coaches themselves, right? And who's to really say if somebody respect you or not, or don't respect you? That's between you and that person.
Right.
Go
And at
ahead.
the same time, man, like I get it. It goes both ways, but how you react on the field, like I think I can pull myself away from that situation. So if the coach saying blah 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 blah, I know at the end of the day this man still had to pay attention to this game. So I'm just gonna go to the sideline. I'm gonna go talk to my homeboy in the back that's sitting on the bench. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna sit on the bench. I'm gonna pull away from it. But you can't tell me that he couldn't have got away from that situation and still respect and handled it later. Walking off the field was uncalled for. Even if he wanted to cuss him out right then and there and put the coach in his place, that still is one thing. I mean, we see fights on the sideline all the time, but I'm pretty sure that fight would have happened, and then boom, nothing else from that. You heard nothing else from it.
So I be saying this. So can we talk about how BA just got a fine for slapping another player like 2 weeks later?
I saw that. The coach, I saw that. That's all
And
right.
then if we still talking about how players act, right? When BA told Tom Brady he wasn't going back in the game, and Tom Brady told him I'm going back in this game and walked in and threw Gronk the ball, can we get that same type of energy for BA then or Tom Brady? He disobeyed the coach then, right?
Bruh.
Yeah,
Okay,
but
what you talking about?
So,
you talking about
hold on.
We talking about two different things, though.
Look,
No,
okay,
no.
we talking about him running off, but Tom Brady literally told his coach, I'm going back in the game when your coach literally just pulled you out the game and told you to sit down.
Okay. So who knew that?
Everybody, they played it on ESPN.
Nobody. Nobody during the game. Nobody knew about that. You probably heard about it.
They literally replayed it during the game when Tom Brady was on the sideline. The next play, they replayed it when he was telling the coach, I'm going back in.
All right, so
In the game.
here's my take on it. One part of my take on what, and it's tied into one of my points I had an issue with, is because I led off with this whole story of how the media gave their certain narratives on this whole scenario, right?
Right.
Now we can go back and forth about the respect thing. You know, you got a job, handle your things accordingly, all of that. We got it, right? Who put this crap? Who put that on there, man?
Shut it down.
Just threw me off. Look, that's strike two, man. One more and I'm out of here. I'm telling you right now, man. No, but for real though, shout out to the basketball team. The boys hooping. Y'all earned that spot. Anyway, so my thing is, man, you got to think about how the media portrays Tom Brady, Nico. Tom Brady is the god of football right now. There's no wrong that he can do. And him telling a coach, no, I'm not going, I'm sitting out, I'm going back in. Oh, that's that competitive nature of it. That's that leader. That's that fighter in Tom Brady. All right.
That's what the media would say.
But if you gave it to someone such as if Antonio Brown did the exact same thing, oh, he's been a continued nuisance to the team.
Yeah.
But my thing is always is this though, because the media is there to do their job. They're here to create narratives, to make things interesting, to have for folks to talk about for days at a time, whatever it may need to be. But we also got to take into account that we as individuals, we also have to keep in mind that sometimes we not even sometimes, but we give the media enough sometimes to just take off and go with whatever narrative that they want to go with. So it does come back to that accountability on his actions as well that he has here. And let's not even say Pittsburgh. Let's just say here recently from the Raiders on.
Perception is reality, man.
Right.
Yeah, what he did with the Raiders was stupid. You gave him a $30 million bag, and you just had to play the first game.
But what I'm saying is this, though. It's like my other problem that I had with this whole AB thing, and they mentioned this on I Am Athlete podcast. It was the episode before they had the episode AB today. It's like you got your Chad Johnsons, you got your Terrell Owens, you got your B Marshalls. All these cats, those are 3 retired NFL wide receivers who you can say are the prima donnas, like AB is. Y'all know how the game is. B Marshall is recently retired from the game. He still, if somebody was to call him, he'll take a chance to get back in and play.
Yeah, I agree.
He said it. But my problem is that I have, man, like, and we've touched on this thing from a couple episodes back in the first season. Like, we as black people, especially in this game, and I just call it for what it is, in that white man's game of the NFL. Like, bro, when you get out the game and retire, you got to get back and go tell these cats how to go about business. You can't do them when they don't blew up and lost their bag. Because AB got to keep in mind at the end of the day, yeah, going back to the point about the level of respect should be priced. So that should be keeping in your mind and shoot. Forget about Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm the brand Antonio Brown. So even for me to try to make sure I finish out this season here, I want to make sure that I'm doing what I need to do to make sure I can continue to get me a bag for next season or the next 3 years or whatever my game plan is for me until I retire. And that's the stuff, man, that we got to get better with, bro. And that's my problem that I had with it. I can understand you didn't appreciate what BA told you, how he did the cutthroat, you out of here, nasty with you the whole 9. I get all of that. And all of that is stemmed from you sending your coach text messages about you being hurt, is being ignored. You feel like you just here, you're not being answered to. So now you feel like you're being cornered because if I don't go in this game, they're gonna blow up and make a scene about it. And if I do go in and I don't give my best because I'm hurt, they're still gonna make a scene about it. So, bro, you still got to make a decision the most rational way at that time that's not going to blow up everything for you at that current time and moment. That's my issue I have with it. Like, you could have handled that in a way, you could have flicked off the coach, sat down on the bench, and it probably been that much of an issue been about it. But bro, you took your jersey off, pads during the game. You took the game away from the game and made it all about you. Is that not the same narrative that they have been creating about AB for the last 2-3 seasons? So, bro, if you want to ride it off in the right way, man, protect your brand.
Now, if he had jawed him, what was going to happen then?
Bro, so yeah, I see that in that comment, right? So let's get one thing straight, right? There's not a day go by that I probably want to hit somebody in the jaw at work. Come on, I work with some crazy people. I work with some straight female, all dudes now, straight female. Oh, there's some racist people there too. So let's not get it twisted, bro. You can't tell me that there's not somebody at your job that you want to jack straight across the jaw at some point in the day. Now,
sir, I never want to hit anyone at my job. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
So I can't sit here and say, well, what if there was violence? I mean, every day there could be violence at the job. Every day, any day. You pick one.
They call that postal.
I don't care what situation you're in, man. It's at the end of the day, it's gonna be up to you whether you choose violence or not. You know, you can walk away. At the end of the day, yes, I am a man. I'm a grown man. I'm gonna handle like a grown man. I'm gonna pull that coach aside. Hey, man, you're gonna talk to me. Hey, just like watch that I'm an Athlete podcast, right? So you heard what Brandon Marshall said. He said, I'm gonna pull the coach to me and I'm gonna say, motherfucker, you ain't gonna handle me like this, that, and the other. This is what we're gonna do. You're gonna see me in this locker room after this game. That's how it should have been handled. That's how it could have been handled. It don't have to happen all like that. Again, and it don't have to be violent, but hey, you got to see me, you got to talk to me about it. And we ain't gonna keep going about it like that.
And like I said, man, I think a lot of problem, and this goes like for any in the NBA, NFL, you know, like I said, when it comes to, you know, black athletes in particular. Like, I think all of them have to do a much better job of investing back into the black athlete that's coming up behind them. I'm tired. Me honestly, I'm tired of hearing the OGs in the game, the ones that had they're in the Hall of Fame, they got all this other jazz, and you like, okay, like say for instance, Shannon Sharpe. Now, I'm not here to say if Shannon Sharpe has reached out to AB or anything like that, but what the media will do again, they'll make it seem like, you know, AB is not supportive of, not AB, but Shannon Sharpe is not supportive of AB. He's just trying to tear him down. Why he didn't call the bro and check, look out for him, blah, 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 blah. You know, but if and all of y'all know Shannon Sharpe, you know, he just bought a genuine at 100 as all of us here on this show as it is. You know what I'm saying? He's going to shoot a spade for spade. But my thing is, though, and I'm like I said again, I'm not saying that he has not done and reached out to AB, but there's too many athletes that played that same position as him, that probably fell through the same cracks as him, put a bro to the side and just let him know, bro, your window for real, you only got 3 years left. Maybe 5 if you do it right, but you really probably got 3 years left. How you want these last 3 to end? Put that into perspective. Sit down and have these conversations with these dudes, man, because like we get too many. Because my thing is, you know, of course, you got another cast that's coming up, and especially with this generation of the youth, they do everything that they see on the YouTube and what they see these athletes doing. And we get all these jokers that want to make it out the mud. They get these $1 million contracts and they blow it extremely fast and do all this other dumb stuff because they reacted in the moment. And they're going back to me, ain't nobody gonna respect me like that because, you know, it is what it is. I'm a man at the end of the day. You right. But protect your brand then, bro. so that manhood of yours can still stay intact and you can still continue to get the bag. Because these folks will write you off quick, bro. And you'll never stand a chance back for anything successful for you, what even in football or even outside of football after the fact. So that's my issue that I have with it. Like, keep your bag intact, dog. That's my thing.
Great points.
You know, but that's what stuff we can go on for days, man. You know, but hope AB gets his thing right. Salute to him. Hope he able to get a contract again because I like to see the cat play. He's a good athlete. Like you said, a lot of talent, man.
Nico said top 100 wide receiver in the game.
Top 100 all time, hands down.
Nico shut it down so fast. I can name 5 wide receivers better. Yeah, me too. But I'm just saying, saying the buddy nice. You know what I'm saying?
Top 100 all the time.
While we talk about sports, what y'all think about OB comeback? OBJ.
I'm glad
Nasty.
for him.
Yeah,
Glad
I'm glad to see
They
it.
wrote that man off, man, but he got more touchdowns this year than he had his whole time at Cleveland.
Whole time at how long was he at Cleveland? Like what, 2-3
3
years?
years.
3 years?
2.5, 3.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
and something else, on the Breakfast Club, right? They had years ago. They had what's the one name? Ortiz. He used to be on the
Victor
Giants.
Ortiz? Victor Ortiz?
Yeah, Victor Ortiz.
Yeah.
And he was saying how a lot of times when teams get tired of paying you big money or they're trying to slow you down, like they stop throwing you the ball.
Oh,
Yeah. Bro, that's so true. Because I mean, look at this situation. That's exactly what happened to him, man. They just wrote him off.
Yeah, that was Baker Mayfield, man. But I said that when he first came out of college, he never should have been number 1 pick.
Oh no,
Yeah.
not at all.
Yeah.
Baker Mayfield is a sober Johnny Manziel, man. That's all.
Yeah,
Sober.
The same place
overrated.
with the
I
Browns.
like that. Sober Johnny.
That's it.
Yeah, CFL all day.
Right. But
That
yeah,
man
man,
looked
I
like
remember that interview, Demir. He was dropping some jewels on that thing, man.
Oh yeah,
Like, he was dropping some jewels.
oh yeah, man. That's a good. If you want to watch a good interview, that's a good interview
Yeah.
too.
Yeah,
Like NFL.
I
Yeah,
agree.
he putting it all on the table.
Yeah, boy. But let's switch gears real quick, man. I want to touch on this thing, man. That I don't know, our good brother Nico. I know, Bonnie, you wanted to touch on some things about relationships today, and we're gonna shift gears real quick because I know Nico has, for years that I've known him, we've had plenty of conversations about the whole polygamy topic, and Nico, I think you went on a stretch, man. You had like a few days in a row, or like just a few posts in a row, like every day about polygamy. Like,
Where'd that come from?
like what? So yeah, bro. Like, what is it?
I'm not in a
This-
polygamous relationship. I just like to learn new stuff. That's
You
it.
said that you are.
I'm not in a polygamous relationship. I'm not.
Okay. I would say
I'm not.
that's
Oh.
news.
Watch that dope behind because
I just like to learn.
Hey, but go that fist.
See the door behind him. Oh, here you go. Turn it off.
Hey,
The
hold
whole
on.
thing about
You're right.
Hey,
the whole thing about the polygamy thing was a lot of people look at it from the sexual aspect and not the whole total picture of polygamy. But
Break it down for us, man.
while looking at the sexual aspect of it, like literally a few minutes ago, because if y'all follow me on social media, y'all know I just post anything. It just happens.
That's why you. That's why
I probably
speaking right now. That's why you're in
Yeah.
jail. Yeah.
But like I posted, are you supposed to tell your sneaky link that you love him?
Yeah, I saw that.
Ain't nobody said why you got a sneaky link. All of them answering the question. So,
I saw that. I saw that.
but,
And hey, you know what? Nobody replied to your comment when you said that. Like, hey, nobody
You know
said
what?
anything about the sneaker link. Y'all
but
just
so
keep going.
you cool with side chicks and dudes and sneaky links and whatever else y'all call them, but you ain't wondering, like you ain't got no problem with this. But the moment that P word is mentioned, it's a problem.
So just so everybody, in case people don't know or haven't heard, that polygamy is the practice of custom of having more than one wife or husband at the same time. So I just want to start right there. So we're gonna use that as a starting point, so they'll know where Nico's coming from.
So Nico, let me ask you this, man. Are you trying to poke the bear that more relationships these days are trying to take on polygamous aspects versus traditional monogamous? Because think about what you said.
I gotta word this answer properly. Okay, I think yes, in a sense, relationships today mimic polygamous relationships without the accountability.
Why do you think that's the case?
I think people just like sneaking around and they don't want to have that uncomfortable conversation to tell this woman or this man you with, like, hey, like I'm really feeling you, but I kind of like her too, and her too, and I would love to be with them if you're okay with it. But if you're not okay with it, I'm probably gonna do it, and we don't need to be together.
So
Type shit. And find somebody that's on that level with you instead of just sneaking around doing it anyway. Because a lot of y'all in polygamous relationships, y'all just don't know it.
yeah, so that's called polyamory, or better yet, open relationship.
A lot of people in open relationships and don't know it. That's the bad part. And some of them know it, and they'll say something like, I wish I could pull up the post. I don't remember what Charlotte said.
Something to the tune of, well, he coming home to me type ish. You're talking about?
And then Charlotte was like, I knew about old girl. I just ain't care because I'm better. Like,
How do you know this? Like, what do we say?
did y'all have a contest? Like,
So do you have an issue? I guess the question to everybody is like, do you have an issue with it, or what do y'all think are what's the upside and what's the downside?
the downside is
The upside is 2 women. The downside, 2 women.
you kind of got a point, right?
Oh, that's
Nah, like-
multiple. That's attitudes. That's personalities. That's that's a lot of different going on, man. It ain't a lot of people. I really think a lot of people just look at this thing and just say, "Oh, men anyway, man, I get to be with 2 people at the same time." Yeah, that sounds cool, but
we looking at it as a man who takes multiple wives, but it's the same as a woman who taking multiple husbands as well. So it goes both ways, right?
Hey, bro, let me get something off if I forget it right quick. Hey, to everybody that's listening to this, y'all people that be talking about going 50-50 on the bills, this ain't your conversation. Because to be polygamous, you got to take care of all the women or men that you with. So this ain't your conversation.
yeah,
Go ahead.
that's the thing too. Like, what are these people doing, career wise, to be able to afford these households? Because
That's the question that I had, because I think that's what a gray area for me, where it gets to your point you were talking about earlier, Nico. And maybe y'all can answer this for clarity. When you're talking about a polygamous relationship, it's only polygamous if they're married.
Yeah.
yes, by definition, yes.
Yeah, I think that's what a gray area is. Cause see, when we just boyfriend and girlfriend, to you, like you said, I got the sneaky links and all this other jazz like that. That may have been one reason why you got a lot of them comments like that for what it was. Because a lot of them are not already solely in that committed traditional monogamous relationship as most people may aspire to. I'm just reaching out there saying most people, you know what I'm saying? But I think that's the part where it gets gray, because it's like, I'm out here, I'm doing my thing, and to be real with you, if you have a boyfriend and you just in a solid relationship, this my main chick or whatever it is and everything like that, but you got a couple on the side that you entertain, or like the dude she got a couple of on the side that she keeping on
Friends
her
with benefits.
You know what I'm saying? Friends with benefits or whatnot. Bro, that ain't nothing different. That's always been going on.
Yeah,
It's always
it's
been
been
there.
going on forever.
That's been there since day one. You know what I'm saying? Like, no lie. I had a student of mine. Quick story real quick. This happened like last week. So this girl, she wait for a ride to call. So she used to get picked up like about 2:30, like early as I don't know what. And so it's like 2:45. She like, man, my ride need to come on. He need to hurry up. I said, who usually pick you up? She said, and she paused. My grandmama friend. I said, oh, okay. But my grandmama married though. I said, no. I said, grandma OG. She said, yeah,
It's been going on forever, for real.
She be keeping her friend around. He be picking me up, but he need to come on. I said, man, that is crazy. So like, you already, as a grandma, look at the status quo that you give this young girl who's just only in the 9th grade right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And then people be on social media talking about, I want one of them old time relationships. No, you don't. Your granddad had a whole nother family across town. What your grandma know about? You want that relationship?
Hey, I had to do that work one time, man. He told me, he said, man, you know what I used to do? I used to go to the gas station and put some gas on me. Like, what?
So he can block out the scent.
Hey, yeah, so he can block out the scent and go take a shower when he's young. I'm like, man, why
Nah,
you
bro,
doing
that's
all
too much
that?
work. That's too much work.
That's too much. If I got to go through all that, bro, I don't want it. That's too much work.
And then, like you said since the beginning of time, T. Oh, David in the Bible, in the Old Testament, that people don't be looking at no more. He wanted this woman so bad, he had her husband killed just so he could have his woman. So it's been going on for a while. Like he wronged her that bad, bro. He put her husband on the front line.
Well, you be pulling them strings,
Hey,
boy.
he pulling, man.
He be pulling strings, boy. Oh man.
Oh. But I don't. It may be in the Bible, but I don't think the Bible is necessarily agreeing with it. Anyway.
Solomon had 100 wives.
Okay, but
He
just
was
because
the wisest king ever.
Solomon had 100 wives don't mean that God or Jesus or anybody else said it was okay.
Yeah, man.
So why the concubines in the Bible then?
Man,
It's the ways of the world, man. It's the ways of the world.
Hey.
We got to show you one to show you the opposite.
So I think the point that you're trying to make, Nico, is that no, because you really ain't trying to make that point. Because I know I've heard you say it, or I think I've heard you say it before, where Christianity is what brought in monogamous relationship.
The takeover of the Roman Catholic Empire is what brought on monogamy.
Monogamous relationships, yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Bonnie. You about to say something, man?
No, but as we say, man, to each other, whatever works for one person may not work for the other.
But I work for you.
Hey.
So if that's what you want, that's what you want to do. That what makes you happy. That's how you want to spend this one life you got. Then by all means,
go ahead
and do it.
and see that part right there is my issue with the whole conversation about all this stuff, because we live in a copycat. These folks copycat so much stuff now, bro. Just because, like you said, the sneaker links and all the stuff like that just what's been trending and is popping and everything. I'm going for that first before I do anything else.
My only thing, I'm gonna say this too before we move from this subject is when we have like you say, when you talk about culture, right? When a person or a child or man or woman is brought up in a culture that promotes it and makes it okay, and they don't see that there's an option outside of that. That's my only take back or downside, or what I would say a fault to it, right? I just would like for those who are in that culture where it is okay, just to know that that's not the only way, right? I mean, it can go the same way for monogamy as well. It's your choice what you choose to do, and you don't have to do it based off of what somebody else is telling you to do. That's my only thing right there.
That's a good point.
Great point.
Say grandmas nowadays are in their mid-40s. Absolutely right, man. It's real.
Yeah.
It's true.
And teenagers having babies these days, so
Yeah, no, that's always happened.
It's been happening, but like
It's
they had
more
to learn from somewhere. Yeah, they had to learn it from somewhere.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Man. Calling grandma's thoughts. Okay, that's what you just did on the slide.
You said that. I ain't said a word.
No. You said I had to learn from somewhere. Okay, but I get it. Okay. All right. Before we get out of here, man, I did want to touch on one other thing, man. I think we would like to y'all know we always try to educate and enlighten folks on some things that's like real deal going on that could be happening in our own backyard or your state or wherever you reside. So Demeric, man, you want to kind of touch on, man, just the whole law thing with
hey, we're gonna segue from that to this.
Yeah, it's crazy, wasn't it?
What a jump.
Boy, wasn't it?
Dukes a hazard.
Oh man. So I know one good topic I say, pay attention to and be aware of is have y'all seen the new voting system that Alaska is using? They're pretty much trying to do away with parties. If you know a little bit about history, even George Washington said that if we have two, when we start going by two parties, it will be the fall of this country. And as you can see right now, from I say probably since Obama been in office, man, we have been nothing but divided as a country, and it's really based on these two countries of I'm just voting for my party or whatnot have you, but Alaska is doing this thing where they're doing top 4 voting. So what they call it, I think called top four vote. So they're doing away with parties, and they're just going to vote for the candidate based off their campaign, whatever they promised the people, what have you. And the top 4 make it to the primaries in November, make it to the votes in November. So it's no parties, and I love that idea because nowadays, I mean, look at the voting right now. We can't even get past that. We can't do right for people for the sense of, well, my party don't like this, so I'm not voting for it because my party don't like it. Yeah. And the spending bill. Everything is always about, well, the president is a Democrat, I'm a Republican, so I'm not going to vote for anything. Like, we need to do away with that.
Yeah,
so,
it's definitely not about the people now.
So I think that this system, if it works, could be the next big thing for us to push for our own state to do, wherever you at. But keep an eye on it, see if it works. And let's talk to our own senators and politicians, local politicians, about doing something forward in that way.
I got a question. So do you think let's just say this becomes a wave throughout the country?
Uh-huh.
Do y'all think Alabama would do it?
I'm not a resident of Alabama anymore.
Or Georgia? Do you think Alabama or Georgia would do it?
I don't think they'll do it. But here's my take on the whole political thing. I think there should be a system in place to hold those who make said promises accountable for those promises they're making. And people like to say, well, if they don't do what they say they're gonna do, just vote them out. But that's potentially 4 years or 4 to 6 years of promises they made to get in a position or navigate their way to a position to make decisions to benefit whoever they needed to benefit at that time. That's maybe cost the setback of people during that time. So I ain't saying put people in prison or nothing like that. But my thing is, if the people deem necessary that you've either lied to them or offer false promises, you should never be able to run again.
Right.
But how do you hold a president to that standard, right? Because you got to look at
it. It's like you say, it has to be a landslide of things that have to happen. One of my knocks or downfalls against like just the political system itself is never about what's good for the people, right? It's always about what's good for me and what's good for mine, not what's good for everybody. You know what I mean? That's the really knock and downside to the political system now. But I mean, come on, we trust in people, right? Imperfect people to do certain things, and I mean, what do we expect? You know what I mean?
And to that point, the reason why I don't think Alabama would do it because, like, our own governor, she took COVID money. That's supposed to be for people that are struggling during COVID, and said we're going to put that money toward prisons.
Yeah.
What? Grandma Ivy said that.
Yeah, bro. Like, they ain't said it. It's in motion.
Well, I think the federal system is trying to jump in on that. So I think they slow her down. I don't think they're building the prisons yet, but they are making plans, but they haven't broke ground anywhere on that yet.
But like, okay,
I think like to T-Mar's point is the fact that that's where you went with it.
Right.
Right.
Is that a political party or is that best for the people? Like, what is your aim with that, man? Like,
right.
That's stupid.
I never believed in the whole two-party system because, like, you got a left wing and right wing, both of them on the same bird. So, like, what are y'all really trying to do? You know what I'm saying? Like, are y'all just playing a game of chess with each other? Like, I don't like you, you don't like me. I'm just gonna mess up the whole plan just because.
That man said they are.
They on the same bird, bro. Like, tell me they're not just playing games. You just mess with the other person. Like, I'm not gonna vote for this, no matter how good it could be, just because I'm over here. But you bringing the whole country down with you just because you want to play a little little childish games.
That's pretty much what it is.
Yeah, I
Yeah, 'cause
see
you can
somebody.
But how do you hold people accountable for that? Like,
First of all, we need to get some of these people that's in their early thousands up out of here, like Mitch McConnell.
right? They do need to set term. They need to set term limits, but they're not gonna
Yeah.
vote term limits on that
But
because
it's only certain positions who have term limits, and like that part right there is just crazy for me. My thing for overall all of this stuff, like I tell students in my class now, it's like, we still operate. I'm just saying for the state of Alabama, and it applies for the country, but we still operate on a constitution that was created in 1800s and 1700s, and over 50% of that sucker still stands as it was back then. There ain't no way, bro, you can sit here and tell me that all those things that the forefathers did and they wigs that they wore still applies not right now in 2022. There's no way. Like, even when you run a business, they tell you for the sake of your business to stay successful, it is good for you to do your SWOT analysis or whatever it is every 3 to 5 years. So how in the world can a living document still be good this 100 amount of years, and businesses have to do their checks and balances in a short term as well for them to stay longevity?
You can go and talk to anybody, right? They'll tell you, yeah, I don't agree it's right, or yeah, something wrong with it, but nobody knows how to fix it, and nobody is trying to fix it, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, the system is broken. Like they talk about the justice system. Yeah, the justice system is broken, but what has anyone did to fix it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What law, what bill is being passed? What special counsel or special group has been formed to create reform or anything? There's no talks about that. You know what I mean? It's a lot of stuff is wrong, but a lot of stuff is also pushed on the back burner, right? So it's, this stuff is broken, this stuff needs to be fixed, but when we gonna get to it, right? But what's important now, right? What is the crisis we face today? So while people are being punished for old laws and old things that needs to be changed, they don't feel like some of this stuff is important today. One, in part because we are not speaking up about it. You know what I mean? Exactly. We are not speaking up about it. So just because you go home and, lay down at night and think nothing affects you, but it affects somebody around you.
Well, a large part of that is due to, which is one of the reasons why I think it was good for, even though Demeric is talking about something that's way in Alaska, like, we in the dirty South of the United States of America, but he's bringing something that's in Alaska, and you can say like, bro, what they got to do with me? You know what I'm saying? Like, it has a lot to do with you because, if with this, and that's the problem, the reason why we don't speak on a lot of things, talking about we as far as us people of color, because we're not knowledgeable of these things. So if we can have these platforms, going back like we've been talking about since day one when we started this podcast, having platforms such as this to where we have the internet and we use it to work for our benefit, not to create and continue to trash and everything that's out there that's going to, get the money flowing and all this stuff like that. Well, okay, it's going to give me a good entertainment for this 30 minutes or an hour or whatever, but my life overall is not benefiting from it. And that's us as a people. We got to get better with, like we talking about with the AB thing, educate him on some stuff, before it got too ugly for him. With the relationships things, don't just fly off on the wing just because you see everybody talking about having these sneaky links and, and my side piece and you two-step to it and everything like that, but what about what works for you though? You know what I'm saying? Find out what works for you and then go from there. But not only take that, but spread that to folks that's coming behind you. And so I think for us, man, that's what we got to do better with overall as a people, man. Like I see somebody said that about the prisons we were talking about earlier, said 4 are being built right now. They know someone who has a contract. Like, in order for us to be able to stop things like that from happening, we got to get a little bit more educated on the ground surface. So we can
they may have a contract, but are they building? Have they broke
We gotta
ground?
become regular Americans first, man, just not African Americans.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but
You got to plan that first. That's what I'm saying.
did you see that?
You caught that one? Yeah.
Did y'all see that? Who was that? Was that Mitch?
Yeah, that was Mitch.
What?
Mitch McConnell. He made a comment too, and they asked about what was about voting. that's going
Yeah,
on.
African
Oh
American
yeah.
voting.
African Americans are voting just as much as Americans are. Whoa,
Wait a minute, bro. Tell me how you really feel, Mitch.
really now, Mitch?
So
Okay.
tell me how you feel without telling me how you feel.
Isn't he on the Black Caucus? He on the,
No,
Who?
it'd be like who?
Mitch
Mitch
McConnell.
McConnell.
Mitch McConnell don't even own anything black.
No, don't he got something to do with like a minority council or something like that? He on some board.
He got a blitz. He probably just holding the spot just because he had to for the political gain. Said as soon as they finished with the construction in Auburn, they would start on the prisons.
Okay. There's a lot of construction going on in Auburn, and yeah. When they stop on Buc-ee's, because Buc-ee's, they just started scratching the ground on Buc-ee's. You know how big Buc-ee's is? Huge.
What is Buc-ee's? The little gas station joint?
It's a gas station, man. Yeah, that thing got like 150 pumps. Yeah, it's just a big gas station. Yeah, that's what we're doing here. We're building gas stations in Auburn. But
Auburn got that many. Yep. Definitely
Yeah.
more gas stations.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, they may have that. Yeah, so like look into that though, because
They
the
said they have
federal
a date.
government, yes, they may have a date. You know what? We have a date to get rid of our aircrafts at Maxwell Air Force Base. We also have a date to receive helicopters, which we have no funding for right now. You can have dates and plans for all this stuff.
Bro, the F-35 was supposed to be flying 4 years ago.
It has to happen. Like until they break ground, it is not. You don't know what's going to happen because the federal government is still trying to stop it.
Yeah.
It's the federal government trying to stop that. You cannot take federal money and do what you want to do with it. So they are trying to prevent them from building it. Ask Mr. Murray here about federal money. You can't do that. So if the federal government say, "Hey, no, you can't do that," they may have a date.
But what they can do is they can take some money from somewhere else. Use
They
that
can.
federal
They can
money
do that.
and reallocate some of their funds for it. I mean,
It's ways
way
around
behind.
it. It's ways around it.
This
Wait,
is Alabama, sir.
Hey,
Alabama.
I'll put it to you like this: they can creatively get away. And I know from when I had to run a pre-K program, I had that pre-K grant that the state has, and Murray again know what I'm talking about. All you got to do, they'll have things lined for you. Say what you got to use this money for, and I put in that mug. That's what it was used for. All I got to do is show a receipt or something close to that sucker.
Yeah, I hope they can stop it. I don't think they will because governor, these Republicans do what they want anyway. So I don't think they're gonna stop it. But
And they don't care about Alabama, man. They just we just stepchildren of this country.
Yeah,
I mean, there is still Mississippi. So
and I'm gonna tell you, like I said, that's what's supposed to begin. What 9 helicopters? We're supposed to get them in 23. Now they saying 20. Well, they were saying 23. Then they said 24. Then they said 25. So we'll see.
Yeah, I got some jobs open down there. I'm trying to move back.
Nah, you don't want to be like
I wasn't coming back anyway. Just sound good.
Closing remarks.
Right. But yeah, man. So we're gonna get ready to wrap this thing up, man. I think we had a pretty solid, things to discuss, man, for the people. And as always, we thank y'all for y'all feedback that y'all have throughout the show, keeping it engaged. We just don't want to be up here the ones talking the whole time. To be up here, whether it's 30 minutes for an hour, whatever it need to be. But yeah, man, we back. We make sure we back in full swing with things, man. We're gonna continue to push this thing forward, continue to educate you guys, try to make sure that we make maximizing this one life that we have, right? So,
Absolutely.
Without further ado, I guess we can turn it over to Nico, man. Going to close this thing out for us, man.
Hey, before I close out, I'm gonna get back.
You can't do that, cuz. Go and do that.
I'm gonna get back to doing something that we had started. The Black Business of the Week. Okay, so submit your business. Hit me in DM or whatever you gotta do. Send me your business.
Hey,
I'm gonna pick one and post it.
Can I do that? I want to take advantage of it real quick. So I know my birthday, I did post on the page. Some of y'all know I'm the president of nonprofit here in Opelika. And it ain't nothing that I know everybody got profit. I'm in nonprofits and podcast shows and travel ball teams and all that stuff, and they really doing what they supposed to be doing with it. But like, you can check us out, thecurtishouse.org. is THE Curtis, THECURTIS house.org.
How you spell
Check
house?
the web page out, huh?
How you spell house?
House, HOUSE.org.
Get the
Check
people what
it
it
out.
means.
You know what I'm saying? Check it out, man. See what we're about. We trying to do a lot. We're not trying. We are doing a whole lot of things, man, in Opelika, in one of the low income areas. You know, and like I asked them today on my birthday, if you want to contribute, you don't have to be a lot, $10, $5, or whatever it may need to be, man. Do that. There's a donation tab on there as well. Like I said, just way to give back, man, is impounding upon the things that we do here on this podcast show. So all of us have our own little different ventures as well, too, man. So and I'm glad, Nico, you brought that up, man, because we definitely need to do that. Make sure we're promoting black business as much as possible. I know Nico, not Nico, but Demeric, you want to do what was that? What a truck are you?
Oh yeah. Hey man, stop putting out my idea, man. I ain't signed up on that yet, man. I gotta make that, man. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man, no, you. All right, I'm done. That's it.
I ain't telling you nothing else, cuz.
So, all right. So, like a lot of people been hitting me and saying that we should charge for this segment. No, I won't. I'm gonna give you your own post one day. Just hit me, and I'll post your business that day on the page.
Yeah.
1,819 and growing. I don't know how many people right now, but that's still you be marketing to. So just hit me and we'll get you on. Maybe even get you on a little 5-minute segment on the show.
Hey man, post it to the group.
I would definitely post it to the group.
We have on the group page. We have a pinned message up there. Post it in there, man. That'd be the best place. Or like I said, send it.
The business pin is still up, right? I haven't.
Yeah, it's still up.
Go post right there, and then I'll just pick one and post from there. They get you your own little post so people can see you spotlighted. What's up, Anthony Holmes?
That's my brother-in-law. What up, bro?
Yeah, that's so good.
All right, but
all right, man. Let's close out.
Man, appreciate y'all for joining in. Back to season 2, episode 1. As always, live life to the fullest. I love you. Have a great day on it with purpose. Peace and blessings.